I don't know why, but that's just one of the little things that she does. And so we'll stitch right around. Yes, baby. I know you're being helpful. Be sure not to stab your finger on the underside. I have, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to bang the camera. I have a tendency to stab myself, so I always wind up with a spot of blood on just about anything I've ever made. Alright, last stitch. And there we are. Can you see that? See if I can get closer here. Okay, I think that's about as close as we can get. Alright, so now we have that. Then we take our awl, and here's our awl, see? And we'll poke this in the center, trying to stay, see? Now I put 2 fingers on either side of the point, so that way I'm sure I'm not going to stab myself, and that way I can push from the back side, and you twist and poke, and twist and poke, till you've got a nice hole like that. Can you see it? Then I go from the other side and I poke it through this way. Okay, there's our hole. Put your cover back on your awl because this thing is deadly sharp. And then we take our needle and we're going to start. So take your loose thread and hold it to the left. Okay, so when you've completed your last stitch, then bring your needle up just beside your first stitch, like that. Can you see? So that you wind up on the top side of your fabric. Then holding your loose thread like that, well away, periodically you might need to reopen the hole a little bit. You go down from the outside and in, and you'll have a loop. And then you come up just on the other side of your first stitch, like that. You take this loop and put it over your needle. Pull your needle up, and as you pull it, you see, it'll make an exterior stitch, like that. And you're going to work around covering this little tail of thread the whole time you're doing this. So we go down, and then up, loop the thread over, and pull it up, down. You want to make very sure, you want to get these close together, although if you don't, that's alright, but the finer your thread is, the more stitches you'll have to make, because otherwise it's not going to cover. If you have heavier thread like pearl embroidery floss or something like that, it'll cover very easily. So we come up from behind, and remember we're covering both the running stitch and the loose thread tail, like so. And you see, the binding is starting to be formed. Can you see that? Yeah. I'll move over here just a little bit. Okay, I find I'm having to do this at an odd angle to try to show you. Okay, so thank you, Poco. Mommy appreciates that. Down and up. I've read that tailors' apprentices in the 16th century, before they were allowed to make lacing holes on garments for important clients, they would be sat down with a piece of scrap cloth and instructed to make 1,000 lacing holes. I guarantee you by the time you've made 1,000 of these, you'll be very good at it. I don't think I've made 1,000 of them in all of my career sewing in the SCA, but that's apparently what they did. Can you see how that's beginning to form? Can you see that? Does it show? Okay, and then down. Leaving your loop, coming right beside the previous stitch, like that. Loop your thread over. And you can go as slowly at this or as quickly as you wish. You're not in a race here, so if you want to go slowly and make it nice and neat, so much the better. If you're very skilled and you can do this quickly, then by all means. Move this around a little bit as we work our way around. Remember to get here someplace where you can see. I'm going to back out just a little bit here. Okay. It won't be quite as close. And if you do stab your finger on white linen, or any other fabric for that matter, but it seems unfortunate on white linen, what you want to do is put the piece in your mouth, because your saliva will dissolve the blood, and then you won't wind up with a blood stain. Feel kind of silly sitting around sucking on a piece of fabric, but it's better than having a permanent blood stain on your garment. We just work our way right the way around. Periodically I like to take the awl, just tidy up the hole a little bit so that we don't lose track of where we're going. Put it in. Come here and loop over. And drop. And then you kind of lay it in nicely and neatly.